we'll be looking at 8G, independent events. So two events are independent if the outcome of one event does not change the probability of obtaining the other event. So in other words, the probability of A given B is going to be equal to the probability of A. Or if we're looking for the probability of B given A, this is going to be equal to the probability of B. So that's the first thing I want you to take away from this video. The second concept is that the probability of A intersecting with B is going to equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. So where does this formula come from? Let's do a bit of theory. We know that for independent events, we said that the probability of A happening given B is going to be equal to the probability of A. So this is if the event is independent. That implies that the probability of A given B must equal to the probability of A intersecting with B divided by the probability of B. We've just said that the probability of A given B is going to be equal to the probability of A. So these are interchangeable. So instead of saying probability of A given B, we're now going to say the probability of A. Can we see here? So let me highlight that in blue. So let's rewrite this statement with probability of A. So the probability of A is going to equal to the probability of A intersecting with B divided by the probability of B. Okay, so once we're at this step, it's just a little bit of rearranging. So if I move the probability of B across, that actually becomes the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B, which will give me the probability of A intersecting with B. And what you'll notice is that is the same formula that we've highlighted. So for multi-stage experiments with selection made with replacement, successive events are independent. For multi-stage experiments with selection made without replacement, successive events are not independent. Okay, let's try a few examples ourselves. So a selection of 14 hotel offers include 8 with free Wi-Fi and 9 with free breakfast, whereas 3 offer both free Wi-Fi and a free breakfast. Let A be the event choosing a hotel with free Wi-Fi. So that's for A, free Wi-Fi. Let B be the event choosing a hotel with a free breakfast. Summarize the information about 14 hotel offers in a Venn diagram. So to start off our Venn diagram, we would first need to draw a box followed by 2 circles. So that's my box, and we've got 2 circles here. Let's label them as A, let's label this as B. So A is going to represent free Wi-Fi, B will represent a free breakfast. We know that this needs to add up to a grand total of 14. So we want to start with the common theme first. So it's 3 that offer both free Wi-Fi and a free breakfast. So let's put a 3 here. So I know in circle A, this must add up to 8. So this number must be 5. And I know in circle B, this must add up to 9. So this number must be 6. Now the grand total needs to add up to 14. 5 plus 3 plus 6 will give me 14. So the outside will be 0. In part BI, this is asking us to find the probability of A. So the probability of A is just going to equal to 4 over 7 simplified. Okay, so originally it was 8 over 14. This will just simplify to 4 over 7. In part BII, this is going to ask us to find the probability of A given B. To work this out, let's just look at our shaded circle. So we're given B, so only this one here. How much of that belongs to A? That's going to be 3. So the probability of A given B is going to be 3 over 9, or 1 over 3 simplified. And in part C, this is asking us, state whether or not the events A and B are independent. You guys will remember that for A and B to be independent, the probability of A happening given B must equal to the probability of A. So in other words, is this true? The probability of A given B must equal to the probability of A. So that's for independent events. Now the probability of A given B was 1 over 3. And the probability of A was 4 over 7. These two numbers do not equal. So that means that the answer will be no. They are not independent because the probability of A given B is not equal to the probability of A. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you learned something. I'll see you on the next one.